Yeah. The next is statistical value, and you can see this statistical value and see throughout the SAP SD. If you see statistical something or structure somewhere, like statistical is always for the reporting purpose. Okay, statistical is for the LIS or SIS standard SAP reporting tools. That means you maintain this system will update some certain values into the LIS and SIS so that management can run reports. And if you see structure, it is related to the BOM, bill of material. Okay, so this statistical value, what it controls is say certain time. Generally, we maintain X there statistical value. Generally, we maintain X, no accumulation or accumulation. Values cannot be used statistically or can be used statistically. So generally we maintain X, and see this is applicable for only for two item categories in standard TAQ. See BOM, if you take, see computer, let's take BOM scenario. Computer, the main item category is TAQ, and computer has some components, right? Say like CPU, monitor, keyboard, and mouse. We have certain components. So we already discussed that we would be either pricing at the header level or at the item level. So say suppose the price of the computer, that is TAQ, at the header level, that is say 16,000. How you got this 16,000 price? With cumulation of the price of the components, right? So what you do, you make these component values as statistical. Why? Because the proportionate of this component sold is equal to proportionate of computer sold, right? One computer has these four components. That means if I say I consumed 50 CPUs, 50 monitors, 50 keyboards, and 50 mouse, altogether how many computers I sold? Anyone? That's nothing but 50 computers, right? Why? Because each computer has all these components, 50 computers. So certain times management may want reports basing upon the components inventory. Okay, basing upon the component inventory, if they want to run a report, you make this as a statistical, and whenever they run a report, that means it shows the proportion of components sold is equal to the main item. Okay, so if you want to have that, then maintain X. Okay, so that what happens, it does not have any effect on the, see, statistical means it does not have any effect on the document value. System will take this price, but it will accumulate this and give you the statistical report saying that what components has been sold at the inventory and what are left, that is equal to, you know, what is the computer. The next field is automatic batch determination. See, generally batch numbers, okay, generally the batch numbers are determined at the delivery document level. Batch numbers will not be automatically determined at the order level. All the time batch numbers will be determined at the delivery level. But if you want the batch numbers to be determined even in the sales document, then activate this, yeah, automatic batch determination. Okay, if you want the batch numbers to be determined at the sales order level itself, you activate this, or else you will leave this blank. In the standard, SAP will determine batch numbers at delivery level. And rounding permitted. So this is for the quantity rounding for the item. So if you allow this, system will round off the quantity decimals. If you have decimals in the quantity, So it will round off if you allow this. And see, this rounding is applicable only for that particular line item. So whatever we are discussing the controls here, it's applicable only for that particular line item, one item. That's it. Okay. And the next is order quantity 1. Say certain cases, certain scenarios and industries, you might be having a heavy metals like say uh, BHEL. You place an order to BHEL, the product, the transformer or the turbine cost is some say 2000 crore. Or you place an order for a Airbus A370 or something, right? So companies generally what they do, they may not be placing an order for this such huge value products in multiples. Okay, so if you don't want to go anything wrong or mistake, what you do, you maintain this field as order quantity is equal to 1. If you maintain this, that means if this you are placing an order for this material, system will not take order for the quantity anything more than 1. Only one per order, only one quantity is allowed. Okay, order quantity is equal to 1. So applicable for only few industries like heavy machineries or aircraft industries. Okay, so where you don't want to have more than one quantity in the order. Okay, so these are the same thing, the procedures determining automatically in completion partner determination we already seen. If you want this to be at the item level, you can, if not, just you can ignore this, and you can see the field itself is grayed out. Okay, so the most important field here is create PO automatic. See, in the initial class when we discussed about sales organization control, in the sales organization control we have seen one field called as ALE configuration, and at that time we discussed that along with this ALE configuration and create PO automatic in third party item category will help us to raise a PO automatically to the vendor. So let me show you one thing here. Yeah, you see here a PO is raised to the vendor automatically. How this PO is raised to vendor automatically? Say suppose when your customer are on ALE configuration, then you want the PO to be automatically raised when you create an order in your system. So how it can be possible? That's possible through the controls what we have in the sales organization, that is ALE configuration you should do, and you should maintain this create PO automatic active. Okay. So what's the item category for third party? TAS. Okay, third party item category, it is TAS, but you will not find this activated in the TAS item category. Here you see it's blank. But so I was saying that along with the ALE data and this create PO automatic should trigger the automatic PO in third party process or IPO process, but sorry, only in third party. Okay, but from why this is unchecked is because in the real time we don't use TAS. In the real time, if you have third party, we would be using a one more item category which is called as ALES. Okay, third party item ALES. So you see here in the create view automatic is active. Why? Because we want to restrict the task for manual purpose. Okay, certain times your company manufacture goods and you sell these goods to the customer, but in case if these quantities are not available, you want to raise a PO to vendor and procure it from him. So you allow user to change TAN to TAS in the automatically in the manually in the document. But if you want this to process to be happen automatically, so you this material X you don't even manufacture all the time, you procure only from the vendor, just go through the ALES. So this is what they use in the real time, not TAS, if they have ALE configuration. So that's the reason this is activated in the ALES. And what is the
Hello, Praveen.
International?
Praveen.
Yeah.
Hello, Praveen.
Go ahead.
So if we use ALES as item category, then purchase requisition will not be generated.
It will be generated. Purchase
Okay,
requisition, the
so
control is in the schedule line category.
Yeah. So, but what is the schedule and category for alias?
There is no
Means what
there is no separate this for this thing. You go to the CS, what we call CS scheduler. In that you will be automatically seeing the field that is called as order type NB, right?
Okay, in both the cases, CS will be determined.
CS, both
In
the
AL,
cases CS is that, and why? Because CS is relevant only for PR, not for PO. So order type NB will help us to raise the PR in the third party. And PO with the help of ALES, it would be generated.
okay,
And the item category determination for ALES is same, OR, and we have an item category group called ALES itself. Okay, and no higher level item, no usage, no higher level item will help us to determine ALES. So usage also, sorry, item category group in material master also is same, that is nothing but ALES.
okay. This alias will be generating the PO.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So the next is, yeah, bill of material. So in the bill of material, the more important field is structure scope. Okay. So structure scope is applicable again only for the BOM. You can see the name itself, or the configurable product. So what this structure scope controls is whether you want to explode BOM single level or multi-level. So let me tell you what is single level and what is multi-level. See, we are discussing about one scenario of this computer which has mouse, keyboard, monitor, and CPU, right? See, what is CPU? It is nothing but like a computer, right? It's a combination of components like say a hard drive, RAM, and SMPS, like this. We have certain components. So, but this all comes under again a computer. A single level bomb means this. This is a single level bomb. Okay, of this one. Multi-level bomb means exploding subcomponents of components. Okay. So structure scope control whether to explode this single level bomb or multi-level bomb, and this is applicable for the item category TAQ, structure scope TAQ, maintenance A, structure scope A, and the TAP also, I guess, just a minute, TAP, yeah, TAP. So this is applicable only for two item categories, that is TAQ and TAP. Okay. So whether let me show you the controls, whether to explode multi-level bomb or single level bomb. Yeah, you can see here. Do not explode or explode single level bomb or explode multi-level bomb. So that's what this structure scope controls in the bomb. And see one scenario, just see takes as an exercise. Uh, Bomb should be exploded in quotation. As we have seen, there are some scenario we discussed as a gap, like free goods will not be determined in quotation. So there is some enhancements. Okay, but see, I want bomb to be exploded in the quotation. Bomb will be automatically exploded in the order. We know it. Okay, we have item categories, we have structure scope, structure, lot of things. But we want bomb. What is item category for quotation? AGN, right? So AGN, everything is blank related to bomb. So just see how you can explore bomb in the quotation. This was a real-time scenario in the for one of my trainee who is working with Ernest and Young, ENY. Okay, they face this situation. They want to explode bomb in the quotation. Okay, so just see whether it would be possible or not, and if it's possible, how it's possible. Yeah, the next coming to the value contract, this one, and value contract material. So this field, as you can see here, value contract. So this both fields will be applicable only for the value contract material, and this is only for the item category, as we know, WK1. It's only applicable for WK1, not WK1. Item category. The WK1 is order type, right? Yeah, WK1 is order type. Value contract, item category. Just a moment. So a lot of confusion among these document types. Value contract, WKN, WKN. I was checking WK1, WKN. Value contract item. So you can see this fields. Rest of anything it would be blank. This will be maintained only for the WKM, M or one, or WKN. Okay. So what this controls is, say suppose you have a value contract material, then maintain that material here in this field, value contract material. Okay. If you maintain some material here, then system will automatically determine that into value contract general document. When you go to VA41 to create a value contract general, and if you maintain a material here, system will propose that material automatically there in the VA41. And see this value the contract release. Why? Because you know for contract you should release it, right? So you create a value contract, suppose say 10 lakhs. The next you release quantities like say 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs like this. But see, if the contract is created for 10 lakhs, but now you are creating an order or a release order for 15 lakhs, more than the contract value. So how system should react? That's controlled by this value contract release control. So whether system should give a warning message or an error message, and system should give warning if target value is exceeded, error if target value is exceeded. So how system should respond if the target value of the value contract is exceeded? That's controlled by this field, contract release control. Yeah, that's it in this item category controls. We finished discussing about the item categories, and yeah, next is item category determination. So before going to item category determination, we have some scenarios here and some exercise. I hope you have gone through that sales document exercise order type and you find out some differences, right? So if you could not do that, I have done for you. So just go through this at least. Okay. So at least two differences. Why? Because for sure they'll ask in the interviews, please tell me two differences between the item categories or document types. Okay. So you can see it here. I have done that exercise for you. And what all the on all the fields what we have discussed in the item categories, these are the most important fields which you should know. Okay, so we have discussed many fields, but everything may not be important. So I have categorized here which is more important for the real time as well as interviews, like item type, completion rule, billing relevance, credit active, pricing, structure, scope, special stock, schedule line, allowed, and returns. So these are the most, so give more emphasis on these particular fields and scenarios related to these particular fields, and have the difference between like this item categories and sales documents. So this is the item categories, and below I have sales documents also. So difference between sales documents and some scenarios related to the item categories. We might be already discussing this. So go through this, take this as an exercise and try to do these things. Okay, the next concept is item category determination. Item category determination. So whenever you are creating an order, item category is automatically determined into the sales order. Just a moment, let me create an order. Abbreviation 24. You see, when I'm trying to create an order for this material for this customer or any customer, you try to create an order with this material for any customer. You see now this field is blank, right? Item category, this field is blank. But when I press enter, an item cat, all the determinations, what item category determination partner, that all the determinations will come into the sales document. Out of that, item category determination is also one which would be coming into the sales document for this particular item. So how this item category is coming for this material into the document is basing upon some 4 parameters. Okay, so let's see once after opening. You see, this system has pulled this tan. So how this is coming for an item, that is basing upon an item category determination. So this is the item category determination concept. See, we have lots of determinations later which we'll see under the basic functions. This is nothing but we will configure and maintain everything, and we create an order or invoice or a delivery. We want that to be automatically determined into the sales document without any manual intervention. So item category determination, you can see it will help us to determine the item categories into sales document. Without item categories, system will not allow to create a sales document. Why? Because it doesn't know what kind of item it is, whether it's a saleable item, it's a package item, value item, text item, it don't know anything. So without an item category, system will not allow to do that. So the T code for the item category determination is VOV4. VOV4 is the transaction code for item category determination, and item category determination will be happen on 4 parameters, that is order type, that is sales document type. Okay, it's not order type, it is a sales document type, and item category group, item usage, higher level item. This will help us to determine item category. So these are the 4 parameters which would be influencing to what item category should be determined. So order type, we know it comes from the VOV8, the sales document type, whatever you maintain there. Item category group from the material master, sales org. It comes from the material master, sales org one view, and item usage comes from the CMIR, and higher level item category is from the determine here itself. Okay, depending up, that's the logic. Whatever the higher level item, it should determine the next one. So just a moment, it has been frozen actually. Yeah, so this is from the CMIR and this is from here itself. Okay, so let's see this item category determination. So you should knowing all these things. That is, you should know item category group, you should know item usages, and you should know item categories, so that then only you can configure these things. So these are the parameters or criteria, and you can see sales document means it can be anything: query, quotation, order, rush order, cash sales, credit memo, debit memo, it can be anything. Item category, item category group, which comes from the sales. Okay, sales are two view, it's not one view, it's sales are two view. So standard, it's norm, third party BANS, IPO BANC, make to order 001, and BOM header pricing ERLA, BOM item pricing LUMF. We have one more make to order, right? Yeah, configurable product 002. 0002 is for the configurable product, and that is used for the variant configuration. And BNS bands, yeah, these are enough variant config product. So at least you should remember these things, because we will be using more only this. One is standard item and TAN, and BNS TAS, and BNC tab, and TAK, ERLA TAQ, and LUMF TAP. So this is what we will be using, and you can see here OR and NOM helps us determine TAN, OR and BANS helps us determine TAS, BANC TAB, 001 that is make to order TAK, and we have one more 002 that is our variant configuration, which will help us determine TSC, and ERLA header pricing TAQ, LUMF BOM item pricing TAP. Okay, so the next is item usage. Yeah, we have some scenarios also here. You can just go through the scenario. We will have solution also, just copying TAN to TAN. Okay, next is item usage. So system considers item usage for only some few scenarios where you want to pop up that as a automatic. Okay, automatically you want to get it, like say it can be free goods, it can be material determination, it can be cross selling, it can be batch split. In this scenarios, you want the item carry to be getting automatic. So for that we use item usage, and these are the item usage what we have. For free goods, it is a standard FREE, and material, in the last session the CMIR I have shown you F4 and these all things, right? Material determination PSHP, material determination at the item level PSEL, material determination used for item pricing PSA1, material determination for sub item PSA2, cross selling CSEL, and batch split it is CHSP. Okay, so these are much more than enough for you to remember, and don't even stress on anything more. Okay, so this is the item usage. The next is higher level item category. That means a higher level item category is also applicable only when you have subcomponents. Only subcomponent system will take it. So material determination header pricing, you can see here the standard goes like this at the header level. Okay, see, material determination concept, let me just give some introduction so that you can understand. See, you manufacture material X and you sell it to customer, but some reasons this material either expired or stopped manufacturing, that means it has become obsolete, or there is a defect in this space, so you are not selling this, and you are replacing X with a similar feature product called as Y. Okay, so when you want to replace this, you can do that with the material determination. So by any chance, if this material has become obsolete, then you will be determining with some other material. So when you are determining a new material next to the other material, then you should also determine whether the price should be taken from this or this. Why? Because say suppose the X material what you is 5,000 and this says that is 5,500. So customer is asking for an order for X material, but you are replacing it with Y. So when you are replacing it with Y, will customer pay 5,000 or 5,500? So these all things you can give a solution with material determination, which price you can take, and these all things. So material determination, you can see here the standard. If you the material at the header level, then order, norm, and item usage is PSHP. You can see the PSHP here, header. Okay, and item usage, it's blank. Why? Because this itself is a header and it does not need, or it does not have any higher level item. Okay, so in the normal orders, if it's a standard product what you sell to customers, in the standard it is OR norm blank blank, which will help us to determine tan. But in the material determination, this is how it should determine if you place an order for X in the standard. But when you go to the material determination, when you are using a usage, you see it determining TAX. Okay. And material determination item pricing, that means you want to take the price at item level. So TAPA is the item category and OR norm PSA1. PSA1 for item pricing. So blank, it's take TAPA, but in normal orders it should be like this, same OR norm blank blank, but it is taking the item pricing. That means system is taking pricing at the pricing of the item. So let's discuss what is the higher level item category. As I told you, it's applicable only for few scenarios where you have components or subcomponents. So SIPCOM considers higher level item category like say BOM, free goods, material determination, cross selling. So let's see first BOM header pricing. BOM header pricing means I am taking price at the computer level. Okay. So standard item category at the computer level is TAQ. Okay. So order, ERLA, item, your item category group changes and no usage and no higher level item TAQ. But at the same time, if you want to get this product at the item level, then OR norm, no usage, but higher level item category is TAQ, which will help us to determine its components, that is TAE. Next, BOM, multi-level BOM. Earlier what we have seen is single level BOM. That means you are taking price at only the components, but now this components has subcomponents. CPU has subcomponents. So you are exploding a multi-level BOM. So TAQ and TAE, the sub-items of TAE, you can see here, you are taking the price at the subcomponents also. So it also becomes TAE. The higher level item is TAE. This higher level TAE is nothing but the CPU, and this TAE is nothing but the subcomponent of component. See, this is only one logic. If you understand that, you can understand anything. Okay, but you should be familiar with what is the item category group and usage. That is a challenge for you to remember these all things and get for a solution. Okay, so okay, before I'll show you the system so that it will be very easy for you to identify /n VOV4. Okay, so let me go to position. You see sales document type, item category group, item usage, item category, higher level item. So suppose if I take OR and ERLA, it should determine which item category? Anyone? You can use your mic. Yeah, anyone? OR plus ERLA.
TAQ.
TAQ. TAQ. OR LUMF. It should determine
TAP.
TAP. And OR norm and higher level item TAN. This should determine
TANN.
TA.
No, not TANN. Usage
Okay.
should be free, na?
This should determine free goods. TANN.
So
Manual.
usage should be free, na?
Manual. TANN. If you want this to be getting automatically, then use free. See, item usage is only used whenever you want something to be like populated automatically. So earlier scenario what we have seen OR, norm and TAN, this is for manual free goods. But if you want this to be same as an automatic, then you usage OR, norm and free and TAN. Now this should also determine the same TANN. This is same TANN. So why usage is coming, you see PSA1, PSA2, PSEL, PS, these all are, you want that to be happen automatically. Replacement should be automatically, then only you use usage. So OR BANS should determine which item category?
TAB.
TAB.
B.
Wrong. What is TAB item category?
TAB is for IPO, no?
TAB is for IPO, but BANS is for third party. BANS is third
Okay.
party. So this should determine
Test.
TAS. TAS. Okay. So that's
Wait,
where
one question I
yeah.
want to ask.
Go ahead.
That how the system will able to know if we are not specifying any usage, that is usage is free, if we are not specifying, then how system will know that the system is to determine our item category manually?
That's what the hard coded is. That's what the hard coded, which the what we call functionality of the usage. If you maintain something in the usage, it should be automatic. If you don't maintain, that is the manual. That's the reason we call it as no usage.
No, but we have to specify in the that manual item category column, no? That particular
No.
item
Manual item
category.
category is something different again. And let me explain you this thing. See, in the interviews also they ask
No, but
sometimes.
if you go for normal item category determination, for example, say the sales document type OR item category norm, and higher level means higher level. There is no higher level item category. There is no usage, so it
Okay.
will automatically determine item category 10, right?
Yes.
So in this case, we are not specifying any usage, right?
Yes.
So, but
Yeah.
then also it is determined automatically.
Yes. But see, this is called as manual process of determining item category. But we have one more thing which is called as manual item category. Manual item category is different from manual item category determination. The process what you are maintaining, the steps here is called as manual item category determination. Let's tell me what is this manual item category. You see here,
Manual means when in sales order, if you go then manually we enter that item category.
yes. So see, in the interviews also sometimes they ask this question like how many manual item categories we have. So total you have 11 manual item categories. So these are manual item categories 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, total 11 manual item categories you'll be having. So why we use this manual item category is, this is only manual item category. This is not for the manual item category determination. Okay. See, whenever you are trying to determine something like say OR and norm, what it's determining, it's determining which is called as default item category. You see, default item category. This is called as your default item category. Then what is manual item category? So earlier we have seen one scenario. I told you one scenario earlier, that is my company manufactures material, but when if this material is not available, I want user to immediately change it to third party item and a PO has to be raised to the vendor. So what I'm saying, I want user to change the process. How you can change? By editing the item category. So when an user can change TAN to TAS, when you maintain that in the manual item category, then only he can change. That means a TAN can be either changed to TAS or TAQ or TAN. If I don't maintain this, then user is not allowed to change TAN to TAS. Your system will not accept. Okay. If you maintain the TAS here, then only system will accept. So that is what the functionality of this manual item category. Okay. So it's only a manual item category. That's it. This is the default item category. Okay. If you want this default item category to be coming automatically, then use free. Okay. Or else leave it, usage, leave it as blank. So system will get it, which is called as manual item category determination. So let me explain you through the BOM so that you can easily understand. So BOM, you can see here, manual free goods, that is not BOM, sorry, free goods. Okay. So order the standard. If it's a standard free goods means you have two items, two line items, X and Y. If customer place an order for X material 10 quantity, he will be getting Y material 20 quantity as free. This is called as the header level item and this is called the item. So when customer placed an X, OR, norm, blank and blank, which will help us to determine TAN, this is the product which we charge for customer. and we have Y material which we don't charge for customer and we give it free of cost in relation to this particular X material. That is OR norm, leave it the usage blank and maintain TAN TANN. So for manual free goods, system will consider, no, sorry, not consider the item usage. You need not to maintain the item usage. But if you want to go for automatic, then you maintain item usage as free, so that system will automatically get this TAN. And you have a couple of scenarios for the cross-selling, PSHL, these all things. So you can just go through them. So the logic is you should understand how you determine these four fields. You should know. Say suppose OR and 0001. What should the item category?
TAC.
TA K.
C.
TA
CAK.
K. That is make to order process. If it is same OR plus 0002, then it determine TSC, that is nothing but variant configuration, that is variant material. OR ALES, it should determine which item category? ALES, default item category ALES. This is what for the third party automatic what we have seen. Okay, so this is the item category determination, and this is how you determine an item category into the sales document. So just a moment, let me show you with the live OR norm. Let me remove this task. Okay, let's see. We will create an order and see how system will react. Okay, so now task is not maintained there. Slash NVA01. Okay. So a standard item category TAN has been determined, but I don't have the quantities for this material. Now I want to raise a PO to vendor. So I'm changing it to task. System accepts. OR norm. TAN and TAQ. And see the controls what we discussed earlier, the structure scope in the item category control. So once you practice that scenario structure scope, make it blank again. Okay, so in TAN, make the structure scope as A, maintain it as A and try the scenarios, and once you try the scenario, remove that A from the TAN. If not, system all the time, whenever you create an order, system will say that please enter a bomb material. All the time it will bug you. It's taking a tough time. Actually should not allow to change, but I don't know whether it's allowing or not now. Why? Because I don't have this item category maintained here, right? In item category determination system, manual item category, I don't have tasks, so system should not allow actually. But I don't, in other combination it may or may not be. So this is what actually the usage of manual item category, to change it from one item category to other item category. Okay, it's taking a lot of time. So we'll leave it here, and you can try if it whether it works or not. It should not work actually. System should throw an error saying it could not determine. Okay. So, but don't disturb the standard again. Come back and maintain it as task. Okay. So hopefully that's what for today. Let's see. So I have all the scenarios here. You can see I have multiple scenarios. Total 11 item manual item categories. This question was asked in some interview. How many total manual item categories we have? Okay. So a couple of scenarios with the item category, with usage, without usage. So just go through these scenarios and you should be perfect with everything. Okay, so tomorrow's session we'll be discussing about the item schedule and categories. So with the schedule and categories, we'll be finishing off sales document types. Later we'll be moving to the delivery documents. Okay, so any questions for today? Yeah, not maintained. Yeah, you see here, system has thrown an error saying that material 11400 not maintained by purchasing. Not maintained by purchasing means, see in third part, if it's a, I'm saying that this is a third party, right? I change it to TAS. TAS means in the material master there is a view called purchasing. Actually we haven't seen that. Why? Because this is standard material what we maintain. But in that purchasing view there is one more create PO automatic. Okay, you should maintain that create PO automatic on then only system will generate. That create PO automatic is from the MM side. What create PO automatic what you have maintained here is for the SD side. That create PO automatic is from the MM side. So in that purchasing view of the material master, that is not maintained for this material. Why? Because this is actually a standard material of mine. So that's the reason system has thrown an error. Yeah, Gaurav, go ahead.
Yeah, if you go to, could you please go to that VO8, sorry, VO7T code?
VO7. Just a moment, let me change the standard. VO7 item category. Okay.
Could you go to one of the item category 10 TN? Go to the details. In the billing relevance field.
Okay. Okay.
Click F4.
Yeah.
So in this there are A, B, C, D, E,
Yes.
A, B, C, D, F, right?
Yes.
So what is the use of this?
What is the use of? So did we we have discussed this, right?
When we use the TAS item category.
TAS is
right.
for
so
this one, order related billing, but status according to only invoice quantity. And we have one more thing, that is G.
And what is this?
Order related billing, only delivery quantity. This is with my go and this is without my go. So this is without my go and this is without my go.
Okay, and this B and C?
Which one?
B.
This
B
one?
and C. B and C. B for Bombay,
okay,
C for Calcutta.
Yeah. This is the standard, I guess, right? Relevant for order related billing. It should be maintained for credit memo or something.
Okay, and C?
See, there is no difference. Order related billing, status according to, this is for the quantity contract, target quantity.
Contract. Okay. And okay, and in case of BANS, you are telling that we have to check purchase order checkbox in material master.
Yes.
In case of ALES, right?
It's not ALES. Why? Because it's the material. If it is a third party material, you should maintain what we call the PO. It's not only for third party. Wherever you are raising a PO and PR, you should check that box called as.
But in case
create purchase requisition.
But in case of that BANS, we don't check that box, no?
Yeah, that depends upon your organization whether you are going for TAS or you are going for ALES. Why? Because all the time you may not be going with the ALES. If you aren't going with the TAS, so you should maintain both the item categories.
Okay.
and you need to maintain both the item category determinations. Okay, and see this relevance for billing, this billing relevance field is very important. For sure you will be getting one question on this billing relevance, that's from the third party. For sure they ask this question in the interviews. That is, one is billing relevance and one is billing quantity. Billing quantity you'll be finding in the copy controls, and this is billing relevance. Order related status according to target quantity, because in third party we have two scenarios. One is without shipping and with shipping. Okay, so anyway, when we come to the third party, we will be learning that. If you want the details in advance, you can go to my third party document here itself, the scenario. So here you can see, just a moment, I'll show you. You see billing relevance F, this is what just we now discussed. Billing relevance G, this is what we discussed. That is status according to Myro, and this is status according to MyGo. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, when it comes there, we'll be discussing this again. So any others, any questions?